evening, everybody. I am Bad Bubba Brewer, and you are listening to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show Friday edition. That is right. Friday nights are all right to listen to me talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right. 20 years ago, I was boozing. At the present time now, I'm talking Steelers football. That's right. And I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. It's chilly here in Western Pennsylvania. It's cold, but it is not as cold and snowy as it is in Buffalo as they face the Cleveland Browns, which is going out to Detroit. 6 feet of snow. I loved playing in snow when I was a kid, and they should be playing in snow, but nobody would show up because it's 6 feet of snow. But anyway, who gives a shit about the Cleveland Browns? Who gives a rat's ass about the Buffalo Bills? Who cares if they're playing in Denver? I do not. I care about one team, and that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. 425, flexed scheduled out of Sunday night's game, which I'm okay with that because the Sunday night's game, I'm not so happy when the Steelers play Sunday night games. I don't know how you guys like Sunday night games, but I do not like Sunday night games. I like 425 games, especially if you want to get this on. You know, you have a couple more hours of pre-gaming. I'm okay with that. And also at 425, I'm not where I'm at 7-3 if I have to do my real life situation. So anyway, let's just talk. The opponent, the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, are facing their rival, the Cincinnati Bengals. The last time the Cincinnati Steelers played was in week 1, which was a heart attack game for every Steeler fan that was watching, including myself. It went into overtime, and the Pittsburgh Steelers hung on 23-20 in overtime, and TJ Watt had that injury that we have seen the results of not having TJ Watt in the Steelers lineup. And last week we saw when he returned into the Steelers lineup what actually happened. And I'm trying to get the Facebook up right now so I can get everybody's comments. Hey, Beth from Florida. It's cold in Florida, she says. JC Day from Extra Point Podcast. What's up? Kenny Main, I see you. Everybody, thanks for tuning in on a Friday night edition. I think maybe I'm going to start doing stuff on Fridays if I don't have nothing going on. It gets me a couple days to salivate and to actually know the injury report, the what's going on in the Steelers, and stuff like that. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are facing the Cincinnati Bengals at Acrisure Stadium. Kickoff as at 4:25. Like I said, it's been flexed. And most of the country will not see this game. I don't know if you guys know that. The Pittsburgh Steelers are playing very, very lousy this year, and that's what happens when you're not playing up to par. The networks don't want you to be seen all across the United States. The Dallas Cowboys and I think Minnesota, I believe, are the game. I'm not sure, and I really don't care because I'm not watching it anyway. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, 3-6, are going against the Cincinnati Bengals, 5-4. The show, the kickoff at 4:25 on CBS. That probably we probably have a couple commentators who I don't even care, and they probably don't know nothing anyway. So if you're smart, listen to the DVE Steelers show with Bill Hillgrove, Tunch, and they'll get you a lot more Steeler information than these guys on CBS. So anyway, the Bengals right now are a 4.5 favorites going into Sunday afternoon's game. And that's, I mean, I understand that. I'm okay with that. Because it gives us a chance to sweep them and to shut up some people's mouths. That would be great. So let's get to some Cincinnati. Last game that Cincinnati played, they were on a bye week. They played Carolina. Joe Mixon had 4 rushing touchdowns and a reception at 5 touchdowns total. We have to stop. Well, I'll get to the keys to victory here later on, but let's get to the Cincinnati Bengals. Or the Bungles, as Myron Cope used to say. And if you're a Steeler fan, you know who Myron Cope is. Yoy and double yoy. I like that. That's pretty good, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to quit my day job anytime. But anyway, Look at that. Watkins Boxing, proud sponsors of the Triple B experience. If you live in Indiana County and you want to learn how to box, see Brandon. That's right, people. Promotions from within. And also, proud sponsors of the Triple B experience, Bob's Pizza and Alley Cat Beverage and Climber. Get your beer and get your pizza in Indiana County. You can't beat it, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go with the Bengals team leaders right now going into Saturday's game is quarterback Joe Burrows. Passed for 2,535 yards, 18 touchdowns, and 6 INTs. And I don't give a rat's ass if he thinks he's as cool. Joe Burrows is about as cool breeze on a hobo's ass going down to the southbound train to nowhere, people. And nowhere is in Askishore Stadium. That's right. This podcast is the only podcast that calls it the way it is, that has passion and desire for Pittsburgh Steeler football. And I've been a Steeler fan since the mid-'70s, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Beth. That was good, and it's always good, and it's going to get a whole lot better on this Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty podcast as we review this game. Rushing, Joe Nixon. He's related to former Nixon president. I'm not a crook, Joe Nixon. 585 yards and 6 TDs. And also, Jamar Chase led the Cincinnati Bengals in receiving at 605, but is out with injury. Thank God. That's just the way it is. We had to deal with major injuries last week with Mika Fitzpatrick. We had to deal with major injuries with TJ Watt when we're like 1-35 with TJ in the lineup. So the receiver also is T. Higgins, receptions, 564 yards, 3 touchdowns. Former Pitt standout Tyler Boyd, receptions. He had 537 yards and 4 touchdowns. Okay, and let's go with their defense. Defensive end Hendrickson, 4 sacks he has. I'm just giving a little bit of stats because I could give a rat's ass about the Cincinnati team to begin with. But I just want to give you guys some stats, what we're going against, because that's how it is in Pittsburgh Steeler land. I don't like Cincinnati. I don't like anybody in our division. I don't like any other team except for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I try to know a lot about football, and I try to be inventive and creative when I talk and when I discuss my opinions of the NFL. But by God, America, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, the black and gold. If you saw my house, you would understand. If you saw this room, it's all black and gold, and that's the way it is. And that's the bottom line. Safety, Bell has 4 INTs. Hopefully Mike Hilton is out. I like Mike Hilton as a Steeler, but once you are not a Steeler, I do not care for you. So that's how it goes. So the injury report for the Bengals, like I said, Jamar Chase out. Safety, Dax Hill did not practice. H-back Chris Evans was a limited play. And quarterback Trey Flowers was limited play, so they might be in, but I really don't care. But that's my Cincinnati injury report for the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. That's the Cincinnati MASH 4077 report coming to you by Watkins Boxing. Because if you go and train, he will train you to be a champion. That's right. Talk to Brandon. He has great stuff, great shows, great classes. And he's got character, and he teaches the young kids a lot of stuff. And also, like I said, if you need some pizza, go see Bob's Pizza and go get a Wapaho and go wash that down with some beer from Alley Cat Beverage and Climber, PA. Woo! It's all easy when you're not scripted, people. And I'm not scripted. I just have a little bit so I can get my stats, but this is not scripted. It's unscripted. And we did that show yesterday. So if you want to catch it, it's on the Triple B podcast on the YouTube channel, unscripted with myself, Cable, and Mav. But anyway, let's get to the Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers coming off that huge victory against the New Orleans Saints where we were rushing all over. We were rushing all over the Saints. It was like Mardi Gras. It was heaven. It was heaven. So let's go it this way. The Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback Akili Witherspoon did not practice. Linebacker Marcus Allen did not practice as of the other day. Now, Devin Bush did not practice, but I believe he will play. Offensive guard Kevin Dobson has a hip injury as of right now. He did not practice as of yesterday. But also, too, this person has practiced the last 2 days. ladies and gentlemen. The last 2 days he practiced, and this is our free safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, coming back from that surgery where they cut into the muscle, which I have no idea. He's got balls the size of grapefruits coming in and playing, because I know when I had my appendix, I was down for a while until I had to wrestle in a steel cage match. But I wasn't no Minkah Fitzpatrick, that's for sure. I'm only the triple B, and yeah, I don't have six-pack abs like he got. But as of right now, he's practiced for the last 2 days. So it could be a game decision, but I believe he's going to play. And he had a great game against Cincinnati in the first game of the year, taking Burrows to the house. And this Steelers defense right now is at the strongest it's been all season. Hey, Benjamin, how you doing, brother? Benjamin, let me hear your score, because I know it's going to be pro Steelers. Let's hear that score, brother. You know, and I'm also a Steeler fan that's realistic too, and I also still hate Matt Canada. And I'm not real happy on our coaching, because we got a head coach who's got Dollar General assistants. But anyway, that's me, and that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but also we also had the AFC Defensive Player of the Game, Alex Highsmith. Alex Highsmith, the first time ever, guys, that he had this momentous award. He had 2 sacks, 5 tackles, 3 solo, and he had a forced fumble. And so far this year, Highsmith has 8.5 sacks. I believe he's 4th in the sacks leader. And it's funny that you get 9 sacks with TJ Watt coming back in 2 games, and you only have 8 sacks without TJ Watt. Benjamin says 28-17. Steelers are going to win against the Bengals. I totally agree, and I will give you my stat later. Shane Stodmiller, special correspondent to the show. How you doing, Shane? How's things going? And if I don't see you, Shane, definitely have a great Turkey Day with you and your family, brother. You've been a great fan to the show, and the 3 of us love you. Love you dearly, Shane. Thank you. You've done a lot. Shane actually got us Pittsburgh Dad, to cut that promo down south. That was awesome. And woo, he says. Yes, and Paul Atlas, Brother Paul, how you doing? I hope everything is good in your life, sir. And I know you're kicking ass and taking names, and I totally appreciate you jumping on the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Steelers show, where we're talking about the Steelers-Cincinnati game this Sunday. I appreciate it, and I need to come down and see you, Paul, one of these days. I want to get back out there, and watching some wrestling shows, brother, and especially if you put the boots back on. So Shane says, watching SRH and Grove City playoffs. What a game. Well, a high school game is where it's at, Shane. And it's got to be cold as shit right now watching a friggin' playoff game, brother. You better be bundling up or you're going to have the flu. So let's get back to this. Like I said, the Steelers are at their best defensively right now, barring no injuries. They are the strongest they've been all season. This can catapult them over the Cincinnati Bengals, I believe. We're going to get to my pick, and you already know what my pick's going to be. Okay? But also, too, I want to give you my 3 Steeler keys to victory. Just my opinion. I'm sure I can name 10 keys to victory. Oh, thanks, Shane. That's awesome. Thank you. And if you're watching on YouTube, and you can catch us live on Facebook and all 4 premium show channels, and we'll be out on Spotify. And if you could see Shane's big heart love, thank you so much, Shane. But anyway, my 3 keys to victory. Let's just say my 3 keys to victory is TJ Watt putting pressure on Joe Burrows and playing the game that he played in the first game and disrupted Joe Burrows like no other, because that offensive line of Cincinnati is, I don't think it's that good. Now, maybe they were playing Carolina Panthers and Joe Nixon rushed for all those rushing touchdowns. Well, I don't care. TJ Watt, like I said, when me and Freight Train were on this Monday, I've never seen anything in my life where they always say one person does not matter. For the Steelers defense and for the Steelers fans across the world, one player does matter when he's on the field, and it's TJ Watt. TJ Watt can disrupt any offense at any given time. Joe Burrows, you're going to have your hands full with Mr. TJ Watt, and I think Watt is going to have a sack, maybe a sack and a half. He is going to cause fucking mayhem come Sunday because they're at home. And the Pigeons will be out probably. They'll probably be freezing their ass off because it's going to be cold. But the Pigeons will be out. But TJ Watt is one of my keys to victory because he solidifies this defense. They play it's like uncommon valor, gentlemen and ladies. Like this team rallies around one guy and they play like they've never played the last time when they played against Cincinnati and the Saints. So, Bob Roofner, thanks for tuning in. Barbecue Bob, if you guys need barbecue food catered, see Bobby Roofner in Indiana County. Get a hold of him. I know I have a lot of people from Indiana County that watches, and if you don't live in Indiana County and you live close in Western Pennsylvania, contact Bob Roofner. His food is phenomenal, and he's a good man from Marion Center. And if you like barbecue food, see Barbecue Bob Roofner. Hey, Chris, what's up? Thank you guys for coming to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty, for tuning in on your Friday night, where Friday nights used to be for drinking, but Friday nights now we're talking Steeler football on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and every single social media thing I have. Because I'm a little wired, and I don't know why, but sometimes I like to present myself in a better way because I just want to give you guys the best performances that I can give you on these podcast shows when we're doing the Steelers reviews and previews. So let's just say my second key to victory. Thank you. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you so much. I try to be very informative. I try to give a little bit of stats. My second key to victory coming off of last week is the Pittsburgh Steelers have to run the ball either by the committee that they did last week, but my biggest concern is Kenny Pickett doesn't need not run the ball for so many yards. If he has to get a first, maybe scramble for the first. If he's on the goal line, he takes it in for the touchdown. But I just want to see Najee Harris pound the fucking ball right down the throat of the Cincinnati Bengals. That's what I want to see. Hopefully you guys want to see that too, with some Jalen Warland coming in and giving him a spell, throwing some screen, let's put some screen passes in. Let's do something a little differently there, Matt Canada. Let's not do the same old shit. Run the ball. It's not, you don't have to be Einstein here, guys. Run the ball north and south like they did last week. I know Cincinnati is a little better than the New Orleans Saints. I could give a rat's ass where they're at on the stats defensively. I don't care. I just care about it. It's talking about, by any means necessary, getting that victory and getting us to the get us to 4 games. That's what I'm hoping for. 4 games. So, and like I said, I don't want to see Kenny Pickett out there scrambling for 60 to 80 yards. We do not need that because I don't want that. I want Kenny Pickett in the pocket, but I also want Najee Harris running the ball. I want to see Najee Harris get 100 yards come Sunday at about 7 o'clock. That's what I want to see, and hopefully you guys see that too. And he could start eating, start spooning it. That's right, spooning it in. So, and I know there's a lot of people because they haven't jumped on because it's Friday night, but you can go back and hit replay and get all this stuff all over again. So my third key to victory, these are just 3. I'm going off the top of my head. The third key victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cincinnati Bengals is Mr. Kenny Pickett does not turn the ball over at all. No picks, no fumbles. He does not turn the ball over at all. Mistake-free football. If there's nobody open, throw to the Jolly Green Giant like he did last week. Throw to the guy in the 7th row in section 520. I don't care. You know what I mean? Just don't make simple mistakes. I know he's going to make mistakes because he's a rookie, but do not make the simple mistakes. And he has a chance. And I believe if he throws for over 200 yards, let's get Kenny, by God, Kenny Pickett, let's get you a throwing touchdown over 15 to 20 yards. That would be superb, and that would be phenomenal. Kenny Pickett goes, I don't know, say 19 for 30, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, and maybe 25 yards rushing. I will take that, and hopefully you guys would too. I hope so, because I would take it. But those are my 3 keys. Now, there's some other obstacles and factors into this game, like Pat Freiermuth having a good game, Pickens having a good game. Those are other key factors. That could happen. I think Pickens in the lineup right now, being that receiver, blocking downfield as he is blocking, will open up the run game and get the running the ball a little better like they did last week. And that's going to be a key to victory. The receivers making some key blocks. It's all simple, Matt Canada. You do not have to form isotopes and all that other shit like you're at the Matrix to get down in the red zone on the 5-yard line. Just a simple running play. It's a simple play. Execution is key. Offsides by the lineman cannot happen, and it can't be illegally down the field. They have to play smart, penalty-free football come Sunday, Tomlin. And if you're listening, which I know you want to listen, mistake-free football, and they could shut out. They're not going to shut out Cincinnati because I'm glad Chase is sitting on the sidelines. But the Steelers, it's going to be a scratch, punch mouth. It's going to be an AFC North division rival like it always been. Right now, I think we have Cincinnati pissed off because of that first game. Exactly so, but really, who cares? Really, truly, who cares? They're coming to our home field, and I believe we will be sweeping the Cincinnati Bengals 27-17. And also, Mr. Matt Wright, you have to hit these field goals. I know it's going to be cold down there. It's going to be real cold. I had a chance to go to the game, and I didn't want to go to the game because my memories of Big Ben's last game being there is a memory that I want to keep for a while. And I just didn't want to go. I wanted to watch it on TV. Yeah, I might be fucking crazy, and yes, I am. But also, too, when I go to a Steeler game, it's big bucks. I ain't going down there for a bag of ho-hos and a pack of menthols and a bottle of Crazy Horse. It ain't happening. I'm going to party like a rock star, and Christmas is coming, and I got other obligations. And I just didn't feel like going, but I just figured I'd tell you that because that's the kind of person I am. So, hey, Justin Johnson, thanks for tuning in. Shane, thank you. On fire it is, and on fire it shall be, my brother, because this podcast, I want to get it out, and I'm talking Steeler football, and I'm going to give my predictions here because I know it's Friday night. Everybody's doing something. Friday night ain't for fighting. It's about talking Steeler football. In this podcast, I'm talking football all the time. Shane, no, good call. I'm not freezing and paying big bucks for those guys. Yeah, I feel you, man. I like watching it at home. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show as we review the Steelers versus the Cincinnati game. And I love all you guys popping on my Facebook feed. I love everybody chiming in with some Steeler stuff. And whatever you guys are writing, I'm actually spewing out of this mouth onto this video screen so the whole world can see. That's right. The Triple B experience is worldwide. It's worldwide entertainment, people. And if it's not, it shall be. Well, we are banned in a couple countries, like I said, 72 to be precise. So, but let's get to my prediction for Sunday's game at 4:25 at Askew Shore Stadium on CBS. I'll be watching it on Paramount Plus. Okay, like I said, 27-17 Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh goes 4-6. Shane, every day is leg day with Bubba and the Triple P experience. That's why you're my special field correspondent, Shane. I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate people supporting me. You know what I mean? The hometown heroes here, baby. You know, and I can't go nowhere without people watching and listening. And I truly appreciate people watching this show and all the other shows we do on the Triple B experience. Look, I just try to be as entertaining as I can be, and I will put my mouth against anybody's, anytime, anywhere, any place. I can get raw, I can get uncensored, and I can get real. And I'm getting real because Sunday the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to kick the ass out of cool Joe Burrows and the Cincinnati Bengals by the score of 27-17. 27-17. And then Wright's going to kick a field goal, and it's going to go through because he couldn't go to any Western Pennsylvania bar last weekend, and nobody bought him a beer because he missed 2 field goals. And when you miss 2 field goals being a Steeler kicker, you're not going to get a beer bought for you in any bar. The Steeler fans are going to be pissed. You're going to have to buy them a beer. That's how it works. That's how it works. Because I'm not buying you a beer if you can't kick 2 field goals, and hopefully get our average up from 13.4 back up to maybe 21.5. But like I said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty, this review of the Cincinnati Steeler game. Pittsburgh's going to go over, and they're going to be 4-6. And if you just caught it like at the tail end, you can hit replay. I replay them all the time. And if you haven't hit like and subscribe to the Triple B Experience on YouTube, you're missing out. You're totally missing out on this Steeler stuff where we do Steeler stuff all season long. No IEP Hottie's going to stretch your groin either. That's what happened to Boswell. That's why he was in a rut, because his girlfriend broke up with him from IUP. I didn't tell him that when I met him, but I should have. But, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Doing these podcasts and these shows are not easy. Being articulate as I try to be, being entertaining as I try to be. I just try to do what I do. And I do love talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do have guests on. Last Monday was Freight Train. He was a great guest, and there's some other people looking to come on the show that, that like what I'm about, and they like the show concept, and I always try to give people an opportunity on the Triple B Experience. And also, too, if you haven't seen myself, Cable, and Mav with Unscripted, we gave our review of the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie as we went last week, and it was quite an experience, as the boys will tell you, because every time we do something, it's an experience, and I'm always doing something a little crazy. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I know it's Friday night. I appreciate everybody that tuned in Friday night, because hey, I'm glad if you're drinking a drink for me, here's to you. Let me get some water here. I don't know where the hell it's at. But hey, here's to you, people. Cheers. Thank you very much. Fire review. Yeah, I like to fire Matt Canada, Shane. Hashtag fire Matt Canada still. I don't give a shit if we score 35 points. We still need to fucking win, and we still need an offensive coordinator. I'm not going to ever be happy till he's gone. And Tomlin has to hire good quality coaches and not out of the dollar bin out of Five Below. I'm just being real, people. Just being real. Hey, come to my house, knock on my door. I'll show you how real I am. I'll throw my terrible towel at you. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for tuning in on my Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. Please hit like, subscribe, and listen to us on Spotify, because I will download this momentarily. And also hit the Unscripted, where we're talking about Wakanda. And we're definitely going to be talking about Star Wars here soon. And we have a huge year-end show that we do everything pulp culture, sports, and everything by the three of us. And we can't wait for that. Hey, Matt, thanks for tuning in. But I appreciate you guys all for tuning in. And if you just showed up, go back and hit replay so you can catch everything that I was talking about, because I was on adrenaline and I was talking like no other, and I was being articulate as I can be. And I try to be. That's just how it is. So everybody, thank you so much. I'm going to have a show out after this. We're going to be, after we win, it'll be out earlier. It'll be out next week. Hey, Steve, thanks for tuning in. It'll be out first of next week. And I'm trying to do 2 shows a week. A review show of the game and a preview show going into the other game. So I'm trying to do 2 Steelers shows a week, plus doing an unscripted 3 to 5, 3 to 4, whatever. I can do as many shows as I want to. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll shut up now. Please hit like and subscribe to the Triple B Experience, and subscribe to us on Spotify, where you can hear. Hi, Tricia. Thanks for tuning in. You can hear this. And if you just tuned in, I'm rolling out, but you can hit replay and you can watch it all over again. And if you need some wake up motivation, just tune it in again because I've been yelling and hollering this whole program. I'm just hyped up. I'm just pumped, and it's good to stay hyped. Hey, everybody, I wish you guys a good night. Thank you, guys. Have a better tomorrow. Go Steelers. Love you guys. Thank you. Peace out.